What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and today we are here with our Week 9 battle going up against Fizz and the Atlanta Hawluchas. So if you guys are excited, be sure to show some love to that like button, and as always, if you guys are new to the city, feel free to hit that subscribe button. So, looking at his team now, prepping for the team, you guys saw the team builder, if not, link in the description. There was a lot of things I was very, very hesitant about, and it was... my Charizard X plan works with his Charizard Y, if he's bringing a special Charizard Y. So, Fizz, if you guys don't know, his differential is through the roof. I believe he's lost one match to Lars. Other than that, he's been phenomenal. And I'm recording this after watching his team builder, just so I do have some perspective from his side of the match as well. Now, in the team building process, whether or not I vocalized it during the team builder or not, there were a lot of things that I thought to myself completely tear apart the foundation of this team. Two of which being a Impish Tyranitar and hyper offensive Garchomp, probably Scarfed. Fun fact: he actually brought both max HP, max defense Impish Cheetar, and he brought Scarfchomp. And one of the things that I did not take into consideration is that without a Dragon Resist, he can bring Outrage. He can lock himself in Outrage and do massive damage to our team. So, one of the things I'm looking at on his team is that the preparation, the plan overall was to lead with Charizard X. He will not lead with hyper offensive Garchomp, is my thought process. Why he would not lead with that? Because I have Intimidate Crocodile that if he does go into that, I can drop his attack. I can easily take an attack, and then I can set up Stealth Rocks because he does have... the only way of getting rid of hazards on his team is the Starmie. He does have the Venomoth, which will take 25% of that. I can go for a Toxic. If I do predict the switch, I can get Toxic damage off on whatever I want to, aside from the Venomoth. I can go for a safe EQ because he has no resistances to that on his team. He has no immunities to an Earthquake on his team, so I can do a lot of stuff. So the plan was lead off with Mega Charizard X, set up a Dragon Dance, because even if he leads off with Garchomp, I have an Intimidate Crocodile that can kind of handle that thing one-on-one. At least roar it out so it's not in my face anymore. But without further ado, I'm going to hit play. And we're just going to kind of talk mano-a-mano really quick. So Fizz is issuing a challenge. Like I said, the plan is to lead off with Charizard X. He leads off with the Garchomp. So the wheels are turning in my head. He's not going to lead with a hyper-offensive Chomp. I can take a hit, I can Dragon Dance up, and I can take this thing out. I can take this thing out, no problem. Seriously, in the last possible region of my mind that I think he would lead with a hyper-offensive Garchomp. And he went for Outrage. So, there's my gimmick is gone now. So I'm like, great. So, I know I can do tremendous damage to this thing with the Electros. I can go for a Hidden Power Ice on this thing. He goes for an Outrage. I know I can take it. This is kind of my calking thing to see how much damage he's going to do. He doesn't even clean 50% damage with this. So, and that was like a mid-roll. So I can't guarantee that. I know with a Hidden Power Ice, I do. I do about 70% with that thing. And now I'm going to go back into Crocodile because I know he's locked in for a third turn of Outrage. He did not get that confusion. I am able to get the Intimidate drop on this thing, and I am able to take an Outrage, which is good news for us because the damage I got off with Electros is something that I did want to get off. He does about 60 damage to us, which is completely negligible. Becomes confused. I get some lefties up, and now I think to myself, he's not going to stay in if he's confused. I didn't think he was choiced at this point, but he does switch out of the Garchomp, and he actually goes into the one thing that I can't Toxic, which is going to be the Venomoth. Can't do that. I'm going to get a little bit more lefties recovery, which is fine by me. And now, I don't want this thing to go for a Bug Buzz, because it will kill me if it's just a standard Life Orb set. I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go back out into Parasite, because I can take those Bug Buzzes, I can take those Air Slashes, I can take the Sludge Bomb. Goes for the Sleep Powder, misses, thankfully. Goes for the Sleep Powder again, and this is kind of the downfall of this match right here, is the Venomoth's able to put asleep my Electros. I can no longer. Maybe the better play was to go into Roserade. In fact, it probably was, because he can't Sleep Powder me. His only offensive move that he does have after watching the Team Builder is Sludge Bomb. Roserade was the better play here. He's able to set up one Quiver Dance in my face. I'm still fast asleep. I'm going for knockoffs. And at this point, I'm like, I just need... I need to get this thing out of here. I need something to live. So now he's a +2. He's a timid Life Orb set, max special attack. I wake up. I go for the Volt Switch to get some chip damage off, forgetting he's a +2 because now I'm flustered that I have a +2, +2, +2 Venomoth in my face. He set up 2 Quiver Dances. I'm going to go out into post-hardcore, and hopefully I can live a hit from this thing. But he does carry Sludge Bomb at stab. He's a Life Orb attacker. Post-hardcore is going to go down to the Venomoth Sludge Bomb, which is super, super unfortunate. We see now he does reveal he is the Life Orb set after this. I'm going to go out to Infernape here. I'm going to hope Infernape can drop a Rock Slide on this thing and we can do something. But instead, he goes for a Sleep Powder here, and he does connect it, which is super awful. It is incredibly just... And it's the game we play. It's the game we play. So Infernape's going to be asleep. I could have went for a Rock Slide here and done some tremendous damage to this thing. He's going to go for the Sludge Bomb here, and at +2 Life Orb, that's going to kill the Infernape. So that is now 2 Mons down just from the Venomoth. 1 down, so 3 Mons in total. It's now 3-6. I'm going to go out into Electros. I'm like, well, let's, you know, if it didn't work the first time, it'll probably work the second time, right? Nope. Sludge Bomb is going to be able to kill. The critical hit didn't matter in any sort of universe. The critical hit is going to kill the Electros, which is unfortunate for me, because you guys are kind of starting to see how this match played out. Was a bunch of things I didn't, in scenarios that I didn't think would happen, did happen, and he took advantage of that and was able to execute them flawlessly. So Venomoth is going to come through and completely sweep up the team, as you guys can see here. Like I said, there were different plays to make. I didn't think he'd stay in. He did stay in and was able to kill my Charizard X. The play to go to in on the Sleep Powder was to go into the Roserade, because then I can hit it with an extra Sensory Life Orb, and that would have killed it. But, like I said, plays happen the way they do. As you can see, Venomoth is going to be able to sit in and get a clean 5-0. That is a 6-0 sweep from Fizz and the Atlanta Hawluchas. So, like I said, we can theory on about how things would have happened all day, but the fact of the matter is that now your Detroit Steel Wings are now 2-7, I believe. And next week we are going up against Gym Leader Geo and the San Francisco Giants, looking to redeem ourselves after what, to me personally, is a very, very disheartening loss. It is a very... You know, I'm not going to get super into it with you guys, but like I said, it's super disheartening to come off with 2 really big wins, in my opinion, only to just kind of get thrown aside. I mean, you know, we want to prove that we are, you know, a worthy competition enough to be in the GBA, and that is what we're going to continue to do after this match. So, all that being said, my name's Crimson CBAD, and I will talk to you all soon. Later.